So let the people know who you are and where you're from.
Richie Fontane, pretty Richie, she nasty. Originally from Los Angeles, California, man. I moved out here with my aunt and uncle and my cousins when I was 16 years old. Moved to Dallas, Texas. I've been back and forth to home a few times. I lived in Vegas for a minute, but I love it here. Love the city, man. They show me love outside for the most part. They don't come to my events enough. Fuck y'all. But nonetheless, they love me when they do. So it's my place.
All right, so man, you said that you came to Dallas when you were 16, so that means you spent a lot of time growing up in LA.
Correct.
So how was it growing up in LA?
Well, so for where I'm from, of course, we're immersed in gang culture for the most part. Mm-hmm. So I know people say, man, it's so dangerous over there. I guess when you grow up in these places, you never feel like that. You feel safe even though niggas outside dying. Now, it's dangerous, but it's like, I guess niggas know. I don't really have to describe it. A nigga knows. You know what I'm saying? So, it's lovely, man. It's home. It's Los Angeles, California. It's always a good day, even when it's a bad one. Sunny days, man, beaches, etc. Love it to death still. That's my take on it.
So, how did you grow up and stay are you gang affiliated or did you stay how did you stay away from that?
So, I have an affiliation. It's family shit. Yeah. For the most part, when you grow up and your family are gang bangers, that's how gang banging, of course, it just keeps going on. So my affiliation was not immersed even close to anything as the men I grew up with, i.e. my big cousins. So the one thing my dad did do for me, probably don't even know that, nonetheless, he was real big on actually keeping me away from the gang because he was in it. My two big cousins was in it. My uncle was in it. I think it was 2 kids I hung with that was in it. Basically, everybody I was around was in it. So I did get technically jumped on and, do a couple games, but I was never outside, hurting niggas, things of that nature. I did a couple fights, steal some shit, spray paint on the wall. But I was never been a street nigga by far. Don't even like it out there. When I go to the streets, it's to see the bitches. I don't ever want to see men. I don't even know why your niggas come out. That's my purpose. So never was into, the other side of it, and no disrespect to the boys. I like women more than men. And I think that's my biggest deal.
So when you was it something that you seen in this lifestyle that made you be like, you know what, this really not for me?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
actually
saying?
it is. So my older cousin, he had this friend who he came around, was brilliant. He was smart as hell. He was older than me. He was smart as hell. He was bright, funny, cool, just a calm guy. We met him. He had him and his mother, his little brother, had just moved to the neighborhood. I want to say 2 months later, they put him on a gang, and it was never for him. The kind of kid he wasn't supposed to be in no gang. It wasn't for him. They put him in my big cousin and whoever put him on a gang 2 months later after he moved into the neighborhood, and he just flipped. He was dark. He always walked in with a hood on. He never really spoke no more. He seemed always tired. And just out of it, out of the zone. He stopped going to school, and I was like, "What the fuck did y'all do to him?" And get into all of that, but from what I knew, of course, and how that transpired, I was like, "Yeah, that's not it." Because if y'all basically just took that nigga's soul, he was a different person.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen to all of them niggas, but I feel like if I would have gave what I have in here to the streets, then clearly y'all wouldn't have fucking had it. But not that I knew I was gonna be a comedian, I just knew I was gonna be that nigga. But I seen that right then and there that wasn't my life.
So you said your father did this one thing for you.
Nigga did one thing.
And that's basically to keep you out of the games.
Yeah, he was real big on, even when I was running around the neighborhood with my cousins doing shit, like when he'd catch me out, if we wasn't just doing kid shit, he'd be on my head. Don't really tell me a lot of times, stay away from my big cousins. Street lights come on, be on this block, don't go over here. Of course, teaching you gang shit where you need not be, so on and so forth. He was real big on that. He had 2 sons at that time. I was his oldest. His other son went and joined the blood gang, got shot in the back at enemy territory. He was in a wheelchair. He's in a wheelchair, crippled. So especially after that, he was like, "Oh, I almost just lost one of you niggas. Like, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
So the one thing he did, he was real big on, "Nah, you're not gonna be over here with us." I wish I was, but in the space of like, you can be over here, but you're not gonna be in this shit. To his knowledge, I was as clean as I could be. I did, of course, a little shit here and there, but I was never like, you know, what everybody else was.
Yeah. So talk about the relationship with your father.
We don't have one. I don't really have no issue. There's some things that my mama said, but I don't know. You just shit. You have a son. You're supposed to raise him. I guess that's really as simple as it fucking gets. Niggas didn't do their job. Now, please don't call me asking for no money. That would be crazy. No, but like I said, it's not necessarily any malice. When I do see him, it's what's up. But I don't know. Like I said, it's for me. It's hard to build something that was never there. It's just what it is.
So coming from LA, you know, my mom, she was raised in LA, you know, for a couple of years. And well, she was born in San Francisco and she moved to LA.
Down from the Bay Area?
Yeah. And so what's your take on when moving from LA to Dallas? Because I know a lot of people say Texas is way slower than.
Look, man, so this was back, the Dallas that's right here right now ain't shit like the Dallas I seen when I got here. However, at that time, in California, literally all we know about Texas is that y'all got ranches and shit, farms, etc. So when we got out here, I was like, oh, damn, these niggas got streets.
Yeah.
I was like, they got cars and streets, like everything media-wise on TV, etc. That you see. Of course, we didn't have, the internet like that, etc. So everything that you see TV-wise and everything that's, given to you about Texas is cowboys, shootouts, y'all got farms, etc. I didn't even know y'all niggas had cities.
Bro, that's crazy.
So it was like, of course, y'all got the Dallas Cowboys. So it was like, yeah, it's just a football field in a big-ass dirt, a dirty land. So we got here, I was like, yo, and of course I'm a kid, so logically speaking, I was like, oh, damn, this is a city.
Yeah.
There's streets here. I was blown away. And then, of course, now you start getting into the culture out here, with black kids, et cetera. They would say some of the craziest shit. I remember we were at an IHOP, and one of the guys that we came with had an issue with somebody that was already there. So we walk up on the IHOP, and then the guy that was already there, he looked at old boy that was with us. He was like, look at this friendly ass nigga. And old boy took offense to it, and I was like, so you like not a friendly guy? Like, I don't understand. You're not cool people? So after, and then by the way, he got his ass beat up. He should have just took it. He should have took it. After it was all over, I was like, why you get mad at him for calling you friendly? Like, what's the big deal? He's like, nigga, ain't nobody calling me friendly. I had no. In California, somebody call you friendly, it's just because you're a friendly person. Like, people like me. So I was taken back, and things like that, the dances, the haircuts, the style, the slang, of the accent, of course, everything. It was nice to take in, to literally be dipped into an entire different culture, but it was crazy. I
mean, people don't know, but I'm gonna bring this up. You know about this because you was kind of involved. You know what I'm saying during the time. Running with Trill and Dream Team and throwing the parties with Webby. Let's get into that real quick. So, like, how did you get into that? Were y'all still in high school when y'all was doing
we was in high school. So when we got to Texas, I met. No, sorry, take that back. My cousin, I moved out here first, and then my big cousin came and he met one of the homies, Mook, and then Mook introduced us to Dream Team, and then they were getting popular. We were popular as a group, and we was like, let's just throw a party. Well, Trill said it. Trill was like, "Hey man, let's throw a party." The first party we had, we did 300 people in that motherfucker, 300 kids, and it was turned. Everybody from other schools heard about it, etc. So it was a big deal. The next time we did it, it was 1,500 kids in that motherfucker. Same thing. We did it one more time. Fuck it, we're gonna hit them again. Then it was like 2,200 kids in and out with the numbers. So they were huge parties, and then somebody got hurt at it. One of them was like, okay, that got to end. We got older. Somebody got hurt.
Was that Triple D San Andreas?
Young niggas is so turned, man. I used to hate these niggas. Like, everybody want to fight. It was a fight at all these parties. I just said somebody got hurt at one of them, but every party, somebody got to fight. Like, stop punching people. There's too many girls here.
Yeah. Nah, I remember that. I remember them times.
Niggas was racking. The young niggas, well, actually, that's everywhere. I take that back. But the young niggas in Dallas would dance their hearts out for 3 hours plus. And then the moment they get to that parking lot, who getting their ass beat tonight?
Not for real.
The moment they get to that parking lot, the nigga who just sweated out his entire outfit, throwing his body around for 3 hours, is about to throw somebody's body around for 30 minutes outside.
Hell yeah.
That was crazy.
So how would you explain like the culture of Dallas then and now? Like
for not necessarily an outsider, I built this shit. But for somebody, of course, who wasn't born here with y'all, and taking it in first person, the shift mainly right now to me is how much the city as a whole endorsed what was coming through the city, i.e. mainly the music.
Yeah.
I hate when people say, "Oh, the city sleep on me," or Dallas don't fuck with Dallas, etc. Work harder. I really don't know what else to say. I just told y'all at the beginning, people don't come to my events. I'm the biggest nigga here. They don't. They just don't. Stop crying. Nobody sleep on you. Most of y'all suck. Just about close to damn near all of y'all. But most of y'all suck. If you suck, nobody's sleeping on you. You just suck. That's the reality of it. And so get over that shit. But I think that back then, there was a Dallas sound. Me personally don't know if there's one now. And I think that that's for the most part has been lost with the culture of the city. I don't necessarily think that people are sleeping on anybody. It's just that it has to be done again.
So why do you think that? Because right now, the entertainment side of Dallas is still thriving. It's just not the music side.
Correct.
It's a lot of comedians or like coming out of Instagram, or we got a lot of some actors and actresses that's on right now.
People that you 100% know you're from Dallas. I think, man. And this might be a hard pill for boys to swallow. Everywhere is not a music hub. That's just reality sometimes. Everywhere is not a music hub, and everywhere won't be. We don't look at fucking Tampa Bay, Florida as a place that spits out hot rappers often. It just may not happen, and that's okay. New York, of course, invented rap. California made it better. Fuck the East. You have, of course, spots throughout the South that are hotbeds for music, and you don't necessarily have to have one here. And you can pop, but Dallas doesn't have to be what Atlanta is. And I think even then, I hate that shit too. Hey, Dallas ain't nothing like Atlanta. Y'all live here. If you lived in Atlanta, I swear to God, you'd say Atlanta ain't nothing like Dallas. Niggas don't help niggas everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
Facts.
every single
Facts.
city. You know how many niggas in Atlanta want to rap? Who want to be on the song with Young Thug? Who want to be in 4BF and it's never gonna happen for them? They're in Atlanta saying Atlanta niggas don't fuck with Atlanta too. It's every city. Just deal with the shit, bro. You can crack.
Yeah.
Do your part.
All right, so you've been preaching about working harder, right?
Correct.
How important is it to consistently post work?
If you And here's the thing, bro. Me personally, I actually hate this shit. I hate having to do anything to keep it real. But how I looked at it is what Wayne did, and then it's the same thing that Future did, and so on and so forth. How can you deny me if you either hear or see me every whatever days, week, whatever be the case, and my shit is hard.
Yeah.
Wayne was on every record and was killing them. You could have hated his voice, his look, what he was saying, etc. But goddamn, I can't get away from him. Future came and dropped like fucking 6 albums in like 3 years. It's like you can't get away from him. He was dropping hits at big records, etc. You can't hide from him. I think the consistency matters. However, the quality matters as well. I've seen niggas do a million things and suck at it.
Yeah.
You did a million things and 9 whatever minus 1 was good. So the level of work is really important. I've had to be consistent for years. Like y'all met me this year or last year, but I've put years behind this shit, and that's the reality of it. A lot of niggas ain't willing to waste no years, and I don't look at it as a waste. I take that back. A lot of niggas ain't ready to put in the years. Y'all get an idea and y'all do it for 3 months, 9 months, 1 year. It's like, it ain't working. Fucking, I'm gonna move on. This new venture about to crack, and it will. It might, but that other one is dead forever now. I could have quit comedy 100 times. Look at me now.
How did you come up with Tawanda?
Funny enough, I ain't gonna say no names because I don't want her hitting me asking for no fucking credit. One of my friends, well, a couple of them, they were out for their homegirl birthday. I ran into them. I'm like, what y'all doing out here, etc. She says, "Oh, it's Tawanda's birthday." Tawanda, what kind of? I look at her, I shake her hand. I said, "What kind of fucking name is that?" Of course, the conversation goes, she laughs, etc. So after meeting her, I thought the name was. I was like, I don't necessarily know if it's awkward, funny, whatever be the case. But it was something about it that I liked, so liked enough, of course, to use. So I took it, put it in the video. People like caught on to it, like, "Wow, that name, etc." So I used it again. He did it again. I'm just gonna try that shit one more time, and I did. And I made this character years ago. Worked out. Yeah. A random night of seeing some girls.
So do your characters just come from letting the fans choose like what they cling to more, and that's how you kind of create?
With Tawanda, it was more so. With Tawanda, I can say that. Yeah, I can say that. I think I let the girls tell me that it worked for them. I would have changed their name if everybody hated it.
Yeah.
But every other character I introduced, I didn't care how you took it. It was going to be in the video, and you could hate it or you could love it. Gerald, Jadarian, Miss Patricia, Big Melvin, etc. I said it, and that's just what it was going to be.
When people compare you to Kevin Hart, like, do you take that as a compliment or? Yeah, hell yeah. I'm sorry, I overthought that. Absolutely, that's fucking amazing. Have y'all not seen what the man has done? The amount of work, the accomplishments, the money, my lord. Everything he's done over this span of, well, of course, the time he put into it, but from what we see from Paper Soldiers and Soul Plane. Yeah. He did a movie called Alone Came Polly with Ben Stiller and is that Jennifer Aniston? And it was like, I think he had like 6 minutes total in the movie. Maybe he was like holding a boom mic, really insignificant role. A hot dog creator could have played it. Now he owns a studio. Yeah. Like he decides what he's gonna do. He does movies with The Rock, who's the biggest actor on the planet, and that's like his man. Yeah. You know, the shit he just dropped on Netflix with Wesley Snipes, that kind of shit. Like these are feats that nobody else has seen. So to be compared to low key, probably the most successful comedian. I didn't say funniest, whatever. That's opinion. The most successful comedian ever pushing that matter. Yeah. Oh, appreciate it, nigga. Is it easier to get jokes off with no audience or with an audience?
With an audience. If nobody's laughing, in that audience, it's the same as me telling the joke to an empty room. So I think I can make y'all laugh all I motherfucking want, but if nobody's here to actually laugh or not, I wouldn't know. So when those jokes come, it got to be in front of an audience. And when you feel it, it's a feeling to it. It's every comedian tell you to have a joke, shake the room up. It's like, oh, I just did crack. I'm gonna do a little more, and then it's just a feeling. So yeah, 100% with audience.
So how was it trying to doing Instagram videos in your car without, like, do you know these jokes gonna hit or?
Yeah, no, it's like I said, I've been doing this shit for years. I've perfected this. I've literally done 1,000 of these things. I've sat in that car, or rather be my truck when I was driving, 100 times, beat myself over the head with a goddamn phone case, trying to get it out, sat there for hours on end, trying to get one thing out. The difference in being able to record my content versus tell it on stage is I can decide completely, I have complete control over the content that I'm going to put out from my car, or of course on the internet. On stage, good luck, nigga. Try that shit up here and it don't work, and we gonna sit here like this. What's the next one? And it's a chilling feeling, especially and like of course most comedians will tell you, when you drop a set, it's like, oh my God, I fucking suck. I should have kept my job. I'm never gonna make it. And then you double back, and of course you move that same room, and it's like, yeah, nigga, I'm the greatest of all time. So the difference of it is being able to literally edit. I can edit a joke. Of course it's gonna be fucking funny. Versus, of course, being on stage and saying, so here's this joke, and then everybody like, it's not funny, nigga. It's all right, well, here's the next one.
Yeah. So how is it going from, doing stand-up in the city? I know you had a podcast at one point.
Look, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah. You hosted game shows, and then you started this IG comedy, right? And then now you're hosting like events in other states. Like how does that feel?
Amazing, bro. It feels amazing, my nigga. I really don't know what else to say about it. To go out of town, out of city, I say whatever be the case, and meet people that know me from my shit, I'm invigorated. It's like, oh my God, I can't wait to go somewhere else. I love it, everything about it. Meeting new people, them telling me that they fuck with me, whatever be the case. It's a very rewarding feeling, and I'm happy I stayed with it enough to experience it.
Being in other cities, like, do you forget that you famous?
I don't want to say forget, but I do be. I'll be like, that's when people meet me. They be like, "You so cool." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm really just in here kicking it." We'll be in another space and we go somewhere and just when I don't want to always have to do the most, get a section and do the extra shit. So sometimes just being there with a drink and some wings in the corner. And girls like, what the fuck are y'all doing over here? It's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you type time. I don't necessarily forget, but I do, I guess, find myself, just kicking it. And sometimes it's a crazy thing for people. And then sometimes people are just like, hey, what's up? And going on about it like that.
So what's a crazy story from a fan?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a crazy story. I want, hey, my guys, y'all know I fuck with y'all, specifically men I'm talking to. Don't move no girls out my way to be around me. Let's not ever do that again, like in no city or state. Actually, not even in your motherfucking imagination. If there's too many women around for you to get near me, and shake hands, then that's just what it is. Do not ask no girl to get out your area. It's my area, and it's not up for fucking debate. I'm gonna try my best to, fuck with you because I do, but all these girls gonna stay right here and don't interfere in that.
Man, I appreciate you for stopping through, man. Let everybody know where to find you.
My man, it's all love, man. My name is Richie Fontane. Richie Fontane, the extraordinaire, pretty Richie if she nasty. Please follow me on IG. That is Richie Fontane. Stop putting I in Fontane. I will fight a promoter. I don't care. I don't care at all. I'll come to your city right before I do the show. We're going to fight. And if you got a problem with that, we'll fight afterwards. Because my name is right there on my IG. And half of y'all DM me. And then still send me a misspelled name on a flyer. So fucking fix it. Richie Fontane on IG. Is Fontaine, that A is a V on TikTok. It's Richie Fontane on Facebook, but I don't know why the fuck you would be adding me on Facebook. That's strange, I guess. Do your thing, because who's on that? And, of course, Richie Fontane on YouTube as well. Please go watch all my videos. I'm trying to be a YouTube millionaire. Those kids are making millions of dollars on YouTube, and y'all fucking with me. I'm trying to be like them. So do that too, man.